Is time cyclical? In the last episode, we saw that change cannot happen arbitrarily fast. Every universe must carry a maximum rate of change, which means a minimum tick and a smallest distinguishable moment. And we saw how impedance, the resistance to change, makes causality possible and breaks symmetry, giving rise to structure. Today we turn to time itself. Because if change is bounded in this way, then what we call time may not be linear at all, but cyclical. The first thing we usually do when someone brings up the idea of time being cyclical is a reach for the exotic. Buddhist cosmology, Hindu yugas, Nietzsche's eternal return, Middle Eastern philosophies, modern cosmological models. But that reflex, it skips something almost embarrassingly obvious. Every way we measure time is based on cycles. A day, that's just one rotation of Earth. A year, that's just one orbit around the sun. Even a second, 9,192,631,770 cycles of radiation from a cesium-133 atom. And it's not just time. Even space is measured in cycles. The meter is defined by the wavelength of light, a cycle of electromagnetic oscillation. Somewhere along the way, we forgot what a cycle actually is. We started thinking it meant being stuck in a loop, just repeating. A beginning, an end, a rewind. But that's not what a cycle is. A cycle is a causal structure. It begins, it progresses, it closes on itself. But the closure is not the end. It's just the cycle accounting for what happened during the passage. Then it keeps on going, building, evolving. Never the same. Never simply repeating. Cycles don't break causality. Cycles create causality. Picture a cycle as a circle. Now imagine a single point moving along that circle. Let's say that point is you. If you paused it in place, you could see exactly where you are, but also where you've been and where you're headed. The past, the present, and the future, all embedded in the cycle. We even forgot what frequency really is. We're told it's cycles per second, but a second is already defined by cycles. So what are we really saying? Cycles per cycles? Frequency is just one cycle measured against another. And when you integrate frequency, when you stack cycles on cycles, you don't just get a number. You get a duration. You get time. This is the structure we live in. A reality measured in cycles, built on cycles, unfolding through cycles. No stuck, not looping, continuing, always different, always forward. And here's the irony. Our practice is cyclical. Our belief is linear. What we imagine as linear time is nothing but the accumulation of cycles. Is secretly an accumulation of cycles. And yet, the moment we turn them into counts, we picture them as a line. Seconds into minutes, minutes into hours, hours into days, a line stretching without end. The very thing built from cycles is reimagined as its opposite. And once we picture time as a line, we treat it mathematically as a real number. This continuum is infinite in extent, and that alone is no problem. But it also sneaks in infinities of scale and magnitude. And those are where singularities creep in. Time may be infinite in extent, without beginning, without end, that's fine. But it cannot be infinite in scale. The measure of a moment must remain finite. Otherwise, change dissolves. Differences vanish. No before, no after, no passage at all. That's where singularities arise, where measurement breaks down, where order gives way to indeterminacy. Cycles, by contrast, are infinite in extent, but finite in scale and magnitude. They are reoccurrence within the limits. So the question isn't whether time is cyclical or linear. The truth is that time is already cyclical. Linearity is the abstraction we laid over those counts. Infinity is the paradox we created when we forgot what cycles really are.